Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to DJ's Workshop. Today, we're going to be addressing a diagnostic trouble code, or a DTC 4011, which is a secondary air pump malfunction. So, this is going to be on my 2000 Eurovan, and it applies to a lot of the Volkswagens, the VR6s, and some of the other models. But what's happening is the pump is failing and it's kicking up a code. Now, this pump, what it does basically is at cold startup, it's injecting air into the exhaust system, I believe, to preheat the catalytic converter, get it warmed up a little bit faster. When it malfunctions, it only happens when you first start the car, and then it shuts off and basically doesn't work after that. But we're going to be doing some camping with it this year, and I don't want to have any issues with check engine lights and whatnot. So even though it's not that big a deal, I want to get it taken care of. So what I did was I ordered a new pump, and on my particular model, this is what this one looks like. Okay, there's a bracket underneath. There's 3 bolts that hold it into the bracket, and there's 2 lines. Sometimes what you'll find is when you disconnect these lines, you'll actually see water in the lines, and I'm not sure how the water is getting there, if it's just condensation or what the case may be, but I have heard tale of that. So once we get it apart, I'm going to check to see if there is any water inside these lines. But we're going to put this new pump in. I bought this one. It's from Pierberg, and the part number is 0219599253. B as in Bravo, and it says Air Pump Eurovan. So that's the part, and if you guys stay tuned, I'll show you how we'll get that installed. All right, so the first step that we have to do is to drop down this belly pan underneath the engine. There's 4 bolts that hold it on there. We'll get that dropped down, and that'll give us access to where the pump is. Okay, so once you get the belly pan down, now you can see under here at the engine. So here's your oil pan, here's your oil filter, here's your AC compressor, your alternator, and right here is the secondary air pump. Okay, so that's the piece that we got to remove. So there's a couple things. We got the hoses that we got to take off. We have the electrical connector, and then there's 3 bolts that hold it on there. You might have to loosen the bracket in order to wiggle it out of there. But let's get started on here and see what we got. All right, so first thing is we got these hoses. So let me see if I can pinch this here and get this hose off. Okay, so once you get these popped off, I did see a little bit of water draining out of this. I already drained it out. It wasn't a whole lot, but there was just a little bit. All right, so next thing is we got to pop that connector off, and then we'll try to get these bolts out of here. Okay, so there's the connector. All right, let's make sure there's no corrosion. Okay, it seems to look good. There's just 2 tabs on here. You just pinch these tabs and then pull it off. Okay. Okay, so we got 3 bolts on here. These are 10 millimeters that are on the bracket. So we'll take these off, and then we'll see where we're at once we get those off. Okay, so the top bolt on the bracket holds this little pump thing, and there's the screw and there's the bracket. So it's 2 of them, and then we have a 3rd one in the back over there that we're gonna get out. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little bit tricky. So I had to get a little creative here with how I take this out, this top bolt, because you can't pull this pump out and it's kind of in the way. But let me get this bolt out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so once you get the bolts out, then you can move this bracket now. This one bolt here, it's kind of long and it's hitting over here, so it doesn't really want to come out, which is making it not cooperate. But you can finagle it enough that you can do that. And then just wiggle this thing out of here. All right, so you might be able to see a little bit better now. So there's one bolt here. There's one bolt here. And there's another one here. Okay, this bracket sits up there like that. Okay. All right, so here's the old pump. And it basically holds on by these 3 screw holes onto that bracket. All right, so we're gonna get the new one slipped in there and get this thing bolted back up. All right, so I have 3 brand new bolts I'm gonna use on this instead of using the old rusty corroded ones. So let's get our new pump. Let's see if we can get it slipped up in here. Here, and we'll slip this into the bracket. Okay, so first thing we want to do, let's start the bolts in the bracket. Okay, so at this point you can see we have the new pump in. We have the connector on, we have the bracket on, we have the new bolts put in, we have the hoses hooked back up. We just got to put the splash shield back on. So the biggest pain about this whole thing was this bracket. Trying to get the bolts out. The one that's buried back here is the one that was a pain. I mean, you can do it. It just, it's hard to see, which is the problem. You gotta get everything lined up just right. But once you get these 3 bolts out, take the connector off, take the hoses off, you gotta get this bracket loose so you can swing it out of the way so you can get the pump out of the way. And then you just slip the old one back in. But it's kind of tough because you're laying on your back here. I mean, if you have a lift, it's obviously going to be easier, but you got to basically put the pump in there and just kind of flop it around while you reach behind and try to get that bolt in. But once you get the bolt started, then you get them snugged up. You just pull this into place, get the bolt started for the pump, and then I guess it's not too bad. Okay, so that was fun. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing bolted back up, and then once I have everything bolted back up, I'm gonna go in and clear the codes in the computer, and we'll start it up and just double check to make sure there's no codes left in there. All right, hang on. Okay, so one thing I saw, it said that you can actually test these pumps by putting power and ground to these terminals here, which I just tried to do, and I didn't hear anything spinning, nothing happening, so it's a good chance that that pump is seized up and not working, and that's the cause of the problem. Okay, so we've cleared the codes out, and let's start her up. Okay, no check engine light on, and currently reading no codes. Alright, so if you have an issue with that code coming up, I believe it was a P0411, and it says secondary air pump. That's what you do on a Volkswagen Eurovan. It may be different on other vehicles. I know some of the other Volkswagens have a similar pump in them. But like I said, when you take it apart, some people will say that there is water inside them. I did see a little bit of water in there, and then when I tried to jump start it, you know, with a battery, it just sparked. It wouldn't even turn over the pump, so it's telling me that probably water got in there and seized it up and shorted it out. So hopefully it takes care of that issue now. Want to get out on the road, do some camping this summer, and I don't want to be having any check engine lights or any problems popping up, so we're slowly getting things taken care of. I do have another video that'll be coming up. We got a new toilet for the vehicle, and I built a box to conceal it in, and it's going to have a little table attached to it, which is going to be kind of cool. So I'm going to show you that, so stay tuned for that video coming up next. Well, that's about it for today, guys. I think we got this problem solved. So if you like the video, give a thumbs up, a like, a share, subscribe if you haven't, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys around.